Alright, so I figured the best way for me to stick to any kind of reading schedule is make a video about it so I can hold myself to the standards that I set and to the schedule that I set. So, starting off my TBR for the rest of May and all the way through June, might creep into the beginning of July, here are the books that I plan on reading. I'm already reading Valor by Gwynne. This is book 2 of the Faithful and the Fallen series. I read and reviewed Malice. That review is up here. I'm about halfway through Valor. I should be done in another 3 or 4 days. I have not been reading quite as fast as I would have liked. Just family things getting in the way. But fear not, I will finish Valor. I'm actually loving it more than Malice. The character work, everything has been fantastic. Gwynne is doing a phenomenal job building on what he built in Malice, and I can't wait to continue the story. Next up is a big one. This is a series that I have yet to get into, that everybody loves, and says that you kind of need to do it if you're a fantasy fan. And I am, of course, talking about The Eye of the World. So I will be jumping into The Wheel of Time. Now, I had actually picked up this mass market paperback about 6 months ago or so, and just haven't gotten into it yet. But I did go ahead and order the first 4 books in the trade paperback because that is my favorite kind of book to have. I don't quite go for the hardcovers just because they get really expensive, and if I'm buying 14 books in a series, 15 if you include the prequel, I think that's around the correct number, that would get very, very pricey. So I actually don't like mass market paperbacks. They get very, very thick, and I just don't like them, especially for a book that thick. But I will be jumping into the Wheel of Time, and my plan for that is going to be at least 1 book a month. I think I'm probably going to do 2 books a month once I finish Faithful and the Fallen, because I'm basically going to be balancing a bunch of series here. But I believe my plan is going to be 2 books in the Wheel of Time every month, and then another 2 books of some kind, probably some shorter ones because I don't read super fast. I'm about that like 4 to 5 book a month kind of guy. But moving on, Dresden Files. Now I actually got this copy of Stormfront. Apparently it was a very limited sale on, what was it, Penguin Random House did a sale on this. It's a fantastic little hardcover, and this dust jacket is just gorgeous. And I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to start Dresden Files, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this version up. I honestly don't know a whole lot about Dresden Files other than it's kind of urban fantasy. Dresden's a wizard. It's kind of a modern day-ish setting. Not a whole lot of fantasy elements to it, but seems pretty cool. And I will be wrapping up the end of May with another author that I have yet to read, because again, if you follow the channel at all, I started this in January. I haven't read a whole lot in the last decade or so, so I'm trying to catch up on all these authors, and I picked up the Book of the Ancestor trilogy by Mark Lawrence. So Red Sister is the beginning of this one, and I've been meaning to get around to this. Again, I don't like mass market paperbacks, and when I ordered this series from Book Depository, I was like, oh my god, what a deal. They're all like $8 a piece. Idiot, they're mass market. That's why they're that cheap. Jeez. That'll take me through the end of May. And then stepping into June, I will be continuing Faithful and the Fallen with Ruin. So obviously I don't know anything about this book other than this boy can write. These books are thick. But again, this series is great so far. I love Valor more than Malice, and Ruin I just assume is going to build on that and be spectacular as well. So, continuing on. I don't have The Great Hunt yet because it'll be here next week, and I'm recording this on the 9th, so I apologize. But, you know, this one, Book 2 of Wheel of Time. I'm super excited to get into that series. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think I'm really going to fall in love with it. So I went ahead and, like I said, ordered the first 4 books. I don't think it's going to be any problem getting through at least those. After that, I will mix back in some more Mark Lawrence with book 2 of the Book of the Ancestors, which is Grey Sister. It's actually shorter than Red Sister, so I could probably finish this in about 3 or 4 days. Yeah, super interested in those. And I will be wrapping up June with book 4 of The Faithful and the Fallen, which is Wrath. I hope my bookshelves hold up, because these books are fat. But again, I've heard that he really sticks the landing with the end of that book, that series, sorry. And I don't know, I feel like Faithful and the Fallen, in my little realm of the internet, has been getting a lot of traction just because the people that I follow and talk to are, you know, never-ending praise for this book. But I haven't seen that much praise for it in general. So I'm hoping that more people read it, because John Gwynne is super awesome and the series is great. Beyond that, I'm probably just going to keep expanding my TBRs to hold more Wheel of Time books. I will probably be mixing in more Dresden Files. If I like Book of the Ancestor, which I expect I will mix in some more Mark Lawrence. What else? What else do I have here? John Gwynne does obviously have another series that takes place after Faithful and the Fallen, so I could probably intermingle with that. And then, of course, as I get closer to November, probably starting in July, August, September, October. November is going to be a loaded month, because we have Fire of Vengeance by Evan Winter. We've got The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. And the big boy, Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. I have not started Stormlight yet. I have the first 2 books, and I am looking to get all 3 of those done before Rhythm of War. So I think probably July, August, September, October-ish timeframe, because those things are huge. It's going to take me a while to get through those. Probably starting in July, I'm going to start mixing in Stormlight Archive, so I'm up to date when Rhythm of War drops. I actually need to pick up Dragon Republic as well by R.F. Kuang, so I'm probably going to do that August, September-ish time frame. And I already read Rage of Dragons. I love that. Have a book review for that here. But that is what is on my TBR for the next couple of months. But I would love to know what's on your TBR. If you're interested in any of the books that I'm reading, if you've read them and you have some opinions on them, go ahead and just throw that down in the comments down below. And until next time, everybody, keep reading.